Hey, good morning, everyone. All right, so I know I haven't been on here in a while, and I think I say that in another video that I recorded, so that I just haven't uploaded yet. So anyways, hope you guys and, gals have been good. I get the question a lot, and I had people, a lot of people reach out and want this question answered on, how I'm obtaining commercial properties. As you guys watch the other videos, you'll know that, I speak of basically like a year ago, I just had a few residential clients and that's about it. And we're actually, let's see, 1, 2, and then 3, 4. Yeah, we're about to pick up our 5th condo. And it's been just over a year. So, the thing is I'll start off with the basics that you need, in my opinion. And as usual, this is just my opinion, and this is just what has worked for me with me. So nothing I say means that it's the way that you should do it, because a lot of you guys live up north, west, northeast, midwest, the south. The agriculture is different, the atmosphere and the culture is different. So this is what works for me, and it still may not even work for guys that live where I live. So but I will say the first thing that you absolutely must have is, obviously, if you're going for commercial, properties, you need the equipment to perform the job. That's the first thing. Now, you can get by with landing a job, waiting for that first check, and upgrading your equipment. Absolutely. But nonetheless, you're not going to be on a commercial property with a push mower, a weed eater that barely works, and a hand blower. That's not going to happen. And I'm talking, large commercial properties, condos, things like that. So set aside that. The first thing and the most basic thing that you should have, other than the obvious, is confidence. So I went into my first, big 30-acre condo not having one single commercial property. So how I landed such a big property, and they knew up front that I had no other properties, and that I used to have properties and all that, but I haven't had, rebuilding the business and all that stuff. I didn't get all personal. Nobody wants to know all that stuff, but I just assured them, hey, we used to do a lot of commercial properties, rebuilding the business, restructured everything, so we're kind of starting over. So I'm sure that puts an immediate, hesitancy in somebody. Well, why did you start over and all that stuff? So everybody's story is going to be different. So anyways, I did end up getting a meeting with property manager through a friend that, said that they were looking for landscapers. So I ended up getting a meeting with her, and that was it from there. So the thing about confidence is going into meeting a property manager and a board member on a ride along through the property is they're going to have questions, and you better have answers. That's where the confidence comes in. Confidence, 100%. So before we go into these little scenarios, you need to have marketing. You need to have a logo. You need to dress for the job you want, maybe not the job you actually have. So, and I'm sure you guys know what I mean by that. You need to put some kind of portfolio together. It doesn't have to have pictures of, properties necessarily. Something that looks really professional. You can just do a one sheet, and if you don't know what a one sheet is, that's something with just a sheet of paper with your company name at the top with a logo. Never without a logo, man. I mean, you can get by without a logo, but a logo is branding, marketing. and a logo just means business. So a one sheet, have your logo and your name at the top, the type of services that you provide, and that's good enough for a one sheet, but you need to make it look like it fills up, a good portion of the sheet. So not just, Eric's lawn cutting, we cut grass. That's not going to work. So something like that with a business card. If you don't have a business card, do not walk into a property management office and leave your name and number with anybody without a business card. So like a one sheet inside of a nice clean folder with a business card. So what is a great idea is walking and looking up, and you can Google, it'll come up a million places in your cities, depending how big your city is, property management, and that's what you should Google. So you find property management companies, and I'm not talking about your realtors like Watson and all that, which those work good, but you need to become a vendor. You need to go through corporate Watson, become a vendor first, then pop into these places, be like, I'm already a vendor. But property management companies that manage HOAs, that manage condos, office buildings, all that. So you want to look up a property management company, get a good list of them, wear something nice. Don't go in there with a t-shirt. Don't go in there looking like you're delivering pizza, because they're going to think that's what they're going to get, pizza delivery service. So put your one sheet together, get a card. If you have a website, it's even better. Even if it's just a Facebook page, make sure that you have pictures on your Facebook page, social media stuff, so they can see that you take pride in your work. They can get a bit of visual reference on the type of work you do. I'm not saying this, if you're really good at your job, but you just don't have pictures of commercial properties, all I'm going to say is figure out something so you can have maybe a picture or two of something on there that would reflect the work that you do. So you take a one sheet, nice folder, card, again, like I'm saying, you look up property management companies. You don't need to call and make an appointment or any of that. You just show up to these people, because that's initiative. You just show up. If you have to, you can make little baskets or little coffee cups with candies and pens or something in it. And I'm not being stupid, man. These are the people that are responsible for your financial career in a lot of ways. So I think giving somebody a coffee mug with a pen and some candy in it is not, it's not you going out of your way. And even if you don't do that, it's fine. So you walk into these places, be like, just say, hey, I'm just looking for, the person that's in charge of hiring contractors for lawn maintenance. I'd love to give you our information when you are ready to accept bids on your properties. That's it. Word it how you want. That's basically what you need to tell them. You walk in, you leave the stuff, you're very nice, you're very cordial. I promise you that they will file it. The only reason that they will not file it and not consider it is if their son is the one mowing the property, their son's company, or something to that immediate, relative fact, as far as a good friend or a family member. So, and even still, you never know, things can happen. So look up property management companies, go in there, leave your information, and be as nice as you can be. And you assure them that you're a local professional company. You keep your client list small, stuff like that, because they like that one-on-one approach. And then I promise you, if you go into enough of these properties, I promise you're going to end up getting somebody that bites. And if you don't already have a commercial property, okay, it's okay. You can just say that you work on commercial properties, that you've done this or you've done that, and you're going to get a lot of people. Like in the beginning, I had people that said no. They're like, we love your logo, we love everything you're saying, but we don't want to take a chance on a small company unless you already have commercial properties. But you know what? Eventually, found somebody that said yes, and here we are, about 5 stacked later. So it's just a matter of displaying confidence and knowing what you're talking about. Don't bullcrap people. I am not afraid to go, you know what? I don't have an answer for that, but I'll figure out an answer. I'll find an answer. That to them is an answer. You know what I mean? So, but usually when we walk through and people have questions about, hey, how do we fix this? Because our current landscaper, like Brightview, Valley Crest, that they've been here for so many years, this isn't fixed, and blah, blah, blah. And to me, I've had instances where I'm just like, that's an easy fix. This is how you fix it. And they're just like, oh, wow, wish somebody would have told us that a long time ago. Then there'd be spots where I don't think there is an answer for that. You just need to let it be. And they're like, well, at least you told us that. So it's a matter of once you do get a meeting with these people to go around, you just need to have answers, be prepared for answers. But yeah, I know probably some of you are still saying, well, man, I don't have any commercial properties. What if they ask for references? Sometimes they do, and sometimes they don't. They'll just put you in the pot, and it's going to be a different scenario every time. Don't stress about it. Don't worry about it. They'll put you in the pot, and sometimes somebody will go through and go, what landscapers do we have? And they're going to call or email everybody on that list and say, here's the property. We need a bid on the property. And then you're going to be put in this pile, and sometimes you'll show up with the other landscapers. If you have no idea what you're doing to bid it, you're going to be like, holy crap, what am I doing? At that moment, it may be a good idea to just let other guys talk, because that's always going to happen. Somebody wants to be heard. Listen to the things that they're saying, and if anything, go to some of these, bid meetings and take information back. Whether you get the bid or not. Always use the information, man. Like, use it. Like, you can't get any bad information, because even if it's not right, it's something you can always learn what not to do and learn what to do. So I'm not going to get into how to price commercial properties. That'll be a different situation. I get asked that a lot too. But again, it's you obviously need the equipment before you perform it. You don't have to have everything if you can't afford to. You need to make sure that you at least have what you would need on the bottom end to get the job done until you can get through, the first month and, get yourself some money. But then you get into a whole other thing when these properties get big. Payroll, how do I come up with that? I mean, there's a whole bunch of stuff. But for right now, don't break your fuzzy head, man. Just focus on how you even start to obtain these properties. And I've emailed and messaged a few guys that have asked me questions, and a couple of the guys had come back and said, oh my God, it worked. I got my first commercial property, and blah, 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 and that's awesome. So again, make sure that you have this. I'm telling you, God, I'm telling you, man, I'm telling you, it is all about perception, 100% perception. How good does your company look physically to them? If you have a scrappy trailer, nothing wrong with that, man. I still have a scrappy trailer. You know what I mean? I have a bunch of nice stuff and scrappy stuff. It's whatever. But like I say, man, because my mom, one of the most impactful things she ever said to me was, you eat with your eyes first. And I can't tell you where we would be right now had our logo not looked the way that it looked, because that has gotten us into the door. And I see a lot of YouTube guys cracking down and just saying, oh, you don't need a logo, you don't need this, you don't need that. That's great, you don't need it, but maybe somebody else does, because they want to go somewhere that you're not, or they want to go somewhere different, and it's not knocking where anybody is, because landscape and lawn maintenance is, you get out what you put into it. That's no doubt there, man. That's you get back what you put into it when you own a landscape business. But don't let anybody tell you that the logo does not matter. That's such bull crap. You walk into a commercial property, it's name brand. Like, that's the whole concept. You go in there with a shirt that has your name on it, and it doesn't even have to have your name on it. You have to look sharp. I think every commercial property I picked up, except for the last one, I just had a really nice teal button-down shirt, but my truck had logos on it, and I had a business card and everything. So it's the same thing. They like that package. They're like, this company looks legit. And so you need to have the equipment to at least get you through the first 1 or 2 mowings before you can save up money. And you need to look up property management companies. You need to have confidence. You need to know what you're talking about, and don't be scared to say, I don't know, because sometimes that can suffice as an answer for people also. So, at least minimal equipment, confidence, and look up property management companies. Go in there, take a card, take a 1-sheet. Eventually, trifolds, are the best when you have 3 pages all folded together. And then once you do that, there's a whole other step. You know, once you land your first commercial property, it's on, baby. It's on. Because then you can, you know, put in there that we manage this property on your one sheet. And then it just goes from there. Then you can join apartment association, you know, groups and all that stuff where people network, you know, certain landscapers with certain commercial properties and all that. So anyways, I won't make this long. We're already at 15 minutes. I babble way too much. But I just wanted to throw this on there because I've gotten the question probably in the 300 to 400 times I've gotten the question. So anyways, hope you guys are having a good one. I got a property that I'm doing a bid on. I'll upload that here soon. And it's something I got only based off of the truck. They have a landscape company that's bigger than we are. They saw the truck. They love the logo. He literally said, when I saw your logo, it just made me look like something that we would want to have on our property as far as designing landscaping. So again, I have had a lot of people tell me, you don't need logos, man. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about enclosed trailers with your logos on it. And that's great and fine, but it is the ultimate billboard if you want to grow your business. If you want to stay small, or if you just want to, you know, if you don't care about any of that stuff, then don't worry about it. But this is for the guys that say, hey, dude, I don't say my own name, but anyway, they're like, hey, dude, how do you get commercial properties? And so I've been doing a lot of messaging back and forth, and I would just rather do a video because it's just easier. Make sure you have minimal equipment. I know that's, you know, minimal, but confidence, man. Confidence is above your equipment. That's above everything. Confidence first. Look up these property management people. Don't be scared to go in there saying you have no properties. Say that you know, I don't care if you have or not. If you know that you can handle the work, you can say, I've done, you know, this commercial property. I've worked on that one. Like, you know, I can handle up to this size, no problem. Even offer things. If you get a call back, we'll do a 30-day trial. No contract. I've done that before and it's worked. If you are somebody who has no commercial properties and that's what you want, you have to be willing to take a chance and take a risk too, because they're going to be taking a chance and a risk on you. Anyway, I hope this was helpful. I'll do another one on how to price the commercial properties, but that's going to be a pretty in-depth thing because I want to do a good one for you guys. I want to show you a couple properties that we do from an aerial view, and then the measurements, show you how big they are, and then do a walkthrough to show you how we price it all. So anyways, I'll do that one soon. All right, guys, peace out.